Order number 47. Number 47, your order's ready.
All right, we're recording. First, let's start off with a toast. Because Miles Medina, we weren't. I was just having like a little seltzer.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I'm taking shots," and then Vice is like, "Wait, I want a shot," and now we all have drinks.
Dude, I was like,
boys.
Cheers, y'all.
What you got? What is that? Coffee?
Bro, midnight oil today.
And what does Anele got?
Woof.
Some hydration, man. I've been fasting all day for Ramadan.
Oh, fire.
Okay, there
So
you
I'm
go.
just hydrated now.
I love it. All right, welcome to Fourth Meal. I'm excited for this podcast, this episode, because I am going to be a listener more than a talker, because we are going to dive into Twitch, and I am very new to it. And we got Anele that works for Twitch and is running.
What's up, y'all?
We'll explain what he does, and then we have E-Rock and Miles Medina that are currently using Twitch as a streaming platform. And we got Vice that has tried it, but I know he has a lot of questions. And Five and I are kind of just new. We just created our accounts. So I'm gonna first, Anele, like, can you explain your role in Twitch and let the people know? And
yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course. So my name is Anele. I've been at Twitch for about 7 years now. One of the pre-acquisition employees before Amazon came in. I work on the partnerships team at Twitch. My role has evolved quite a lot over the last few years. Most recently, I was leading up strategic partnerships. So we have a partnership program, which is highlighting our top creators within Twitch, being able to give them brand opportunities, monetization capabilities, connecting with other folks, celebrities, and athletes for collaborations. And we've been able to evolve quite a lot as a company, and as a company's evolved, I've evolved as well. So a lot of my work has been working with bringing in talent, developing them, retaining them on the platform, and basically trying to take them into the next level constantly. Most recently, as a result of the pandemic, I'm taking over more efforts in the partnership side with music. So trying to help onboard and kind of give guidance to music artists, creators, producers, the whole world, and happy to be here talking to you guys about it.
Man, very happy. First of all, I didn't even know Twitch was around. No disrespect for 7 years.
It's all good.
Yeah, that blew my mind. 7 years, bro?
Yeah,
7 years. Yeah.
So I've had 5ski account for a while because I used to watch people play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Shit, but I never had DJ5 for some reason. I just locked it down yesterday.
There you go, man. Yeah, honestly, we used to be a previous platform called Justin TV. You guys may have heard of it at the time. But that evolved from Justin TV to Twitch because the gaming category got so big. I could talk about that on hours, but like gaming's huge, man.
Let's just say, like, we'll kind of get a range on gaming. Like, my first game system was a Nintendo. Is that pretty much everyone's as well?
100%.
Of course.
Yeah.
Bro, when I first got that NES, boy,
super
it changed everything.
Yeah, bro, that was like
Super Mario Duck Hunt combo, man.
Yep.
Oh my god, bro.
The Asian version, the Super Famicom. I was in
Oh, shit.
If you're a real OG.
Yeah.
I'm old, G.
and I mean that was like looking from that day to where we're at right now and how gaming has evolved. And if we look at what we're all doing with DJing from back then till now, how much DJing has evolved in the sense of, you know, now that we're in the world with gamers now, we're stepping into platforms like Twitch and our worlds have mixed together. It's a dope moment in time.
And the exciting thing about it is obviously we're in a pandemic and we're all, you know, stuck at home for unfortunate reasons, but like this is not going anywhere. Like once, and we've talked about this before on the podcast where like people are wondering, oh, like is a DJ streaming going to go away when people can do gigs? And I'm like, no, because this was always something I wish I found earlier where I could play what I want to play.
Yeah.
Like I want, like Miles said, off the air, there's so many records he can't play in the clubs, you know, and sometimes I want to do an all 90s R&B set. I can't play that at Marquee Las Vegas, you know, so this is going to be where people throw their specialty parties for online on a Sunday or a random day. all around the world. Like, bro, this is about to be so massive. Like,
Yeah.
this is forever.
It's like what E-Rock says, therapeutical, right, E?
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely. I think the number one platform, or not the number one platform, what sold me on the platform was just the fact that, it's a community in itself that thrives off of being a community and supporting each other more than anything. And that's what literally like snagged me on from minute one. So,
right.
Yeah, that's dope.
Right now, I just saw Super Sam finishing her set.
Yeah.
She did a raid on Four Color Zacks. So everyone from her
community is moving over
That was crazy. I was like, whoa.
Yo, can you explain this raid thing to me?
Yeah. Break down a raid. Let's start with some rating.
All right. So talking about rating.
Raid talk.
All right.
Raid
He just
talk.
finished up streaming, right? He's streaming from 6 to 8 p.m. He just wrapped up his stream. He's got 500 people watching him. They're all vibing with him. E's having a great time. Miles, you're about to come on live in the next 5 minutes. E knows that. He's going to prepare his community, do a quick little shout out and be like, we're going to go raid my boy Miles. We're going to go give him some love. As soon as we start the raid, I want everyone to show love. And it could be a matter of spamming a bunch of Twitch emails, or they can just type whatever they want in chat, just going fucking crazy, just bringing all the hype to you. And all Eric has to do is type a simple chat command /raid, type in your channel, Miles Medina.
Oh, wow.
And now, as soon as his stream cuts offline, you're going to be able to receive all his viewers. All those people that are watching at that given moment are now suddenly in your channel, whether it be on a desktop or laptop or on an iPhone or Android app. Like, all those viewers are moving over, and it's all from like a technical standpoint, right? Like, they don't have to swipe down out of IG and then suddenly open up a new live feed to find you. Like, they're automatically directed to it.
Wow.
Bro, so that was me yesterday. Like I said, was my first time really watching Twitch.
Yeah.
And we were watching E-Rock, and it was fun. He was having a good, bro, I've never seen E-Rock having this much fun.
Oh, he's having the best time, bro. He's having the best time.
He was so engaging and drinking, and he was like, all right, he goes, all right, Friends is on. You guys want to go raid Friends? Let's go raid Friends. And I know obviously I didn't know what that meant. All of a sudden it says, E-Rock's gonna go raid Friends and join. And I said, and bro, next thing you know, I'm in Friends' page. And I'm like, E-Rock sent me. And everyone's, I'm on
just
E-Rock.
going crazy.
It was, and I'm like, this is insane.
Where am I?
I didn't have to
Exactly.
I didn't have to search Friends in.
No.
I just ended up on his page.
You teleported there, bro.
That's hot. That's hot.
Teleported there.
Sorry.
Crazy.
I think to start off, and ask you like some basic questions as like a lot of DJs listening to this. Like Eric mentioned, Eric Dlux, since there's 3 Erics here. When Eric Dlux mentioned like he's new to it, I'm semi new. I've set up a page. I've done a stream before, and I just kind of was like getting my feet wet into the Twitch world. But I'll say that the first thing that I felt was that exactly, it was a community. Like, there was like people that understand, they're there to see art, and they're there to see creators. There's there to see something that's gonna maybe almost inspire them, whether it's, they might be there to watch gamers game and it inspires them. And that I felt that off the jump of getting on the platform, like it was completely new fans that were coming in there to see me and start talking. And you can kind of feel like, we're all club guys. A lot of us, we rock in clubs, and you kind of feel a lot of, tables and segregation, and like, oh, we all hang over here in this table and this. And I didn't feel that going to Twitch. I felt like everyone was there and had each other's back and was like kind of just there to vibe off each other as well.
Totally, man.
I know we're bouncing around like with questions, but like I'm just pointing out what I saw that I loved when I was watching E-Rock, and I was starting to create friends and like Scene and Spider. Yeah. Like those were the 2 friends I had online. So on the side, it said Scene is watching E-Rock, which I was as well. And it said Spider is watching Shortcut. Yeah. And it says join. So that's how I discovered Shortcut. So I went and saw Shortcut. I was like, oh wow, like it's just so easy to discover new people. Like,
where did you see that at, Dlux?
Really, it was on the left side where it says friends online or
on your laptop or on your phone.
It was on my laptop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
On your phone, there's a little
Anele, can you explain to like where that would be?
Yeah. So when you're on your laptop, on the bottom left panel, you'll see your friends list. So you can add friends, and if you have people that are active on your friends list, they can show you visibility to like what they're watching, and you can just pop in with them.
Oh, I see it. I see it right here. Okay.
And you could also do it on the mobile app. It's just a little like friend icon, pretty
Yeah,
like
that was
standard across
fire,
everything.
bro.
Yo.
Is there certain things? This is a super simple question. I don't even know. Is there certain things that you can't do on the mobile, but you can do on desktop, and then desktop, like vice versa?
Yeah, I would say the number one thing is from the mobile app, you can stream directly off of it versus on a like on the website, you can't do any direct streaming. We used to be able to have that capability on the Justin TV app, which is literally like just authenticate your webcam, your mic, you're good to go, you're live. But since then, like streaming has evolved so much, so we've had to adapt. But on the desktop, it's way more robust. There's a lot more options. You can go into full-on analytics. You have like full-on moderation control, appoint moderators, edit your videos, clip them. I mean, it's just super comprehensive. And I think eventually our goal is to get to a point where the mobile app has a lot of parity. But at the end of the day, like keeping it realistic, like there's a lot of things that you just have to be able to do on a desktop that you just can't do on mobile. So we try to have as much parity between the two, but there are some differences.
Yeah.
And if
One thing actually, there's one thing actually that really blew my mind today. And that was like, if you do a set, it records and it saves on your page so people can actually go to your page and watch it again. But you can also actually go on the stream manager and actually replay it and run it as a rerun again. And then people will literally come in and watch it as if it's happening live. But then again, it's a rerun. Like that was just like,
I got your alert today, E-Rock. I got your alert on my Twitch app on my mobile.
yeah.
And it popped up. It says E-Rock has a rerun playing right now. It like alerted me, and I could swipe it. I could go to it as well.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
The other cool thing about that is when you're going live, you can actually set custom messages as you're going live. So it doesn't have to be 5 is going live on Twitch now. It could be, 5 is doing it hard. You motherfuckers better come in here. Can't cuss actually in the message, but you get you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's hot. I also want to ask just like some basic specs, because I was
Sure.
like even asking about Miles, like and maybe Miles, you could explain as a DJ like what's your setup on Twitch, because you were rocking the day I went to go check your page out. It looked dope, and I was like, is he using an iPhone for his camera? Is he directly plugged in through a Roll and Go or through an iRig, or like what was your setup, Miles?
So when I first started going on Twitch, I was using my phone, which you could use. There's like an OBS plugin on the iPhone that lets you use this with OBS.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with OBS? Vice?
I just downloaded
learning
it,
about
but I don't know much about
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so pretty much open broadcast system, like it's what you use to broadcast, right? So that's where you could like throw in whatever visuals or whatever, but you need that shit to plug in like everything, even your roll and go or your audio interface. So at first I was using my phone, but I really wanted to use a better camera. So you could use like a DSLR or a GoPro. I use a GoPro. The thing about
What model? I have a good question. What model? Because there's certain ones don't have HDMI ports.
I use a GoPro 7.
Okay, 7.
It's the HDMI micro.
7. It's a 7 black, because the 7 silver doesn't have an HDMI port. This is getting all techie for all you guys.
Yeah.
I had a 7 silver and I was like, damn, this thing has no HDMI port. So
Yeah.
I couldn't use the 7 silver, but I think you have the 7 black there.
I
And
think
that's what you used on your stream?
that's what I used my last one for the first time. So the thing about that is, the hard part about that is you need a way to plug it into your computer. So
Capture card.
a capture card. And as you guys may not know or not know, it's super hard to get at the moment just because of what's going on.
Federate, pretty much.
Yeah, it's fucking tough. So that's what took me a while. So finally I got my hands on one, and I've been using a GoPro. And I do use a roll and go. Yeah.
So do you just use one camera the whole time? You don't switch angles and go like different?
Because I only have one capture card.
Yeah. Okay. And Neil, can you like touch on that? Like, as DJs, like one camera, good enough, right? I mean,
More than good enough, man. Yeah,
crazy.
Honestly, I think it's really just your style and your flavor, right? If you're the type of person that wants to have the multiple angles, it's definitely possible. And like how I showed you earlier, Vice, there's some people that like really like to play on the fact that they have multiple cameras and how they can kind of manipulate that to augment like the whole vibe of the stream. But at the end of the day, man, one camera is more than enough. Like people are just excited to be able to kind of like face to face see someone and kind of interact from face to face. Obviously, it's kind of it is one way in terms of like physical visual view, but beyond that, like interacting through chat and being able to build up those connections is very impactful. And having a webcam, while we don't have any actual official studies on it, I do feel like it makes an impact in people's engagement with your
I
content.
agree 100%. I think when people do too much and have all this
Yeah.
stuff going on, it's just too
Checked out when I see that.
yeah. Like
For sure.
I like when Vice is even on his streams, it's just him and he's interacting and it just looks real. Like it's just face
I
to
think
face.
certain DJs can do it. A lot of us are used to being in front of crowds and rocking and grabbing the mic and whether it's radio like E-Rock and like, talking to listeners and fans and celebrities. So it's like we know how to interact. So sometimes maybe for the DJs that are a little bit uncomfortable in the sense in the fact of like rocking the mic, looking at the camera, being all up in it, you can use that as a way to in a sense deflect the attention all on you to go visuals. I think all of us are super are used to being in front of thousands of people and having that attention.
For sure.
Yeah.
So there's different ways to look at it. E-Rock, what was your setup? So we could just ask.
I actually used
Looking at it.
What was that?
Yeah.
I said you're looking at it. This is basically
I'm in the content room right now. This is kind of like what I call it. But I have a complete 6, which the S9 goes into it. I mean, I don't know if you can see everything, but turntables, literally S9 mixer goes into the complete 6, and the complete 6 goes, which is my interface, it goes directly into my streaming computer, which is the Razer. And then pretty much it's a direct feed. It's super clean. It's kind of like the same setup that I was using to record mixes and stuff like that for radio. And after I discovered Twitch, I figured out that I'm already kind of set up, but I might as well just get a camera, which another thing too, which I found out, like you can use like old iPhones as a camera. I got like an app called like the IV Cam, which converted an iPhone 10 to a webcam, which was really crazy. Or Epoch, apps like that convert iPhones to cameras. So I literally had kind of everything all ready to go. And then, I gave Anele a call and I was like, look, man, like, I think I want to really, get into this whole entire streaming thing since I have this time. And so far it's been really good,
So let's break down like the most basic, and I'm gonna act like I'm speaking for like a beginner that wants to stream, but I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
Like, let's just assume this new DJ wants to stream on Twitch and doesn't care about the visuals, just wants to use his laptop, the camera that's on the laptop, and just start streaming with good audio, good mic. What does he need?
So I would say number one thing is just an interface, audio interface, input interface. I don't know the DJ terminology, so I apologize. But some interface to be able to connect between your mixer and your turntables and your streaming computer. Okay. Beyond that, as long as you have a hardware connection, you could do Wi-Fi realistically, but Wi-Fi signals are known to drop pretty often while you stream. So preferably an Ethernet connection directly into your laptop. And beyond that, as long as you got an integrated webcam in your laptop or your PC or webcam, you're good to go. And honestly, the webcam is not imperative in any way. It's just more about your vibe and what you want to put forth in your content. But like by no obligations is it like webcam equals success. It's just more about how you want to build a connection with your community and how you want to build those vibes up. There's no right or wrong there.
But the OBS, you don't need, if you don't want like visuals and extra stuff, you don't need it.
You don't need it.
Extra.
So you basically an iPad, an iRig through the mixer, and you're good to go.
You're good for that, yeah, for sure.
You could go straight to the Twitch app. You don't have to use a third-party software, right, Anele?
I think like aside from me wanting to know that, I think that scares other people listening because they do see people doing a crazy creative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, I kind of wanted to do a test stream today, but I felt like I don't know. I had to download OBS and I was like, I looked at that program and I'm like, all right, I'm about to have an anxiety attack, dude. This is crazy.
You know what's funny, dude? The whole, I guess like the friction to getting into streaming is probably like the most difficult part. And I always tell this to like everyone anytime I'm on the phone, like you just got to go through that first settle. It's like that first time you're riding a bike. You have that like anxiety of like doing it up front, but man, you just run through with it. And a lot of apps are becoming more and more simple. We do have a native app both for desktop and for mobile that you can just kind of hop in, on a very basic level just get going live right now in a simple of like 3 taps.
Oh, wow.
But you know, it's really just about what you feel comfortable with. Like as long as you're having a good time in your vibe and you feel comfortable, you don't need to put up all the layers, you don't need to put up all the notifications. But as you want to build up your content and you want to build up your brand, that type of stuff helps out. It helps you kind of like parlay into like taking you creating content on Twitch more seriously as well, because you're investing a little bit more effort into it, into crafting and refining like your entire like community. So by no means like, yeah, for DJs out there, don't feel overwhelmed at all. Like this is a super easy thing to do. It's fun to do, and you'll be surprised. Like a lot of people in chat are just like mad cool, you know, like
No, I saw it.
supporting each other. And it's weird, you know, it feels weird at first, but I guarantee like once you get someone into it, it's addicting. You just keep wanting to do it again and again and again.
Yeah, 100%.
I have a musical question, kind of for like maybe an E-Rock and Miles, and Anil, you could come in too as well. You know, my first thought of Twitch is that it's a young demographic. So like that's just what I think, because it's like as a DJ I thought, oh, gaming, and it's maybe younger kids. My son's 21. He's on Twitch. He's not he watches Twitch stuff. So it's like my thought as a DJ would be, oh, like you have to keep current with like more current music. But I already see Miles like, nah, man. Like, so maybe Miles, you could jump in and say like, because I'm on the E-Rock train of like doing these streams as therapeutical, like they feel good to play music that's dope. Miles, from your sets, or even, you know, jumping with Shortcut and that, have you seen that you can go everywhere and anywhere and the community embraces that?
I mean, what I see it as is like, it's your platform to be yourself. So like, whatever that may mean, if you are the guy on all the new shit, cool. If you like playing old school shit, or if you like mixing it up, it's all good. You could play a 5-hour fucking Latin set if you want. You know, it's like your people are gonna like go on your Twitch. I mean, you have a lot of followers, so I don't think you're gonna have a problem with that, to be honest.
E-Rock, what were your streams like? Did you like, oh, I want to do Bay this time? Is it the same way you treat it?
You know, I think like, you know, Miles nailed it. It's like, I think for the first time I get a platform where I'm truly like myself. You know, I'm playing records that I haven't played either in decades, or like literally things that I would never imagine playing in a nightclub ever. Like, you know, I'm playing like old school hip hop records. I'm playing, you know, old school Michael Jackson records. I'm playing things all over the place that literally are connecting with me from the heart, pretty much, you know? So at first it was like a little bit like intimidating. I was like, maybe I need to do this or need to be more current. But then like after like, you know, just kind of like, you know, surfing around like the platform, I just figured it out. I was like, you know, I'm just going to do me. And when I started doing me, that was when things started really actually taking off for me as a streamer on the platform. So
yeah, that's dope.
I mean, that's what it is. Like if I were to go to like Five's page, I want to see Five be Five. You know what I mean? That's why I'm going to click on his name. Even if it's like Five fucking cooking eggs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or making coffee. Like there's this one DJ I checked out, and she was literally just making dumplings in her kitchen.
That's tight.
While DJing, that would be impressive.
Not while DJing, but like you can do whatever you want, dude. Like the people
I
who follow
tuned
you.
into Jay Espinoza doing dishes one night, and I stayed on for like an hour.
On Twitch? On Twitch?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
You know, I think
there's a thing called like just chatting, right?
Yep, that's the
What's
category. So we have a bunch of different categories on Twitch.
I don't even know about this. Okay, break this one down.
So check it. And then this is kind of like alluding to answering your question as well. Dude, there's a flavor for everybody, right? Like you don't need to be segmented to just gaming. And that's the cool thing about Twitch. It's like you might be a gamer, but guess what? Maybe you like music, maybe you like food, maybe you like traveling. Like you're not necessarily a single to one type of form of content. Like there's a bunch of different varieties. So one of the things that we recently came out with, well, I say recently, but it's been about 2-3 years now, is a just chatting category. It used to be called IRL, in real life. And that was just kind of like our catch-all category for anything that wasn't related to gaming content. It could be you chilling behind a webcam, you're watching some videos on the internet or scrolling through shit, maybe reading your Twitter timeline. But then it could also be you know, having a bunch of friends on a call and you guys are maybe having a talk show, or it could be more recently, some folks are getting creative and doing stuff like a dating show, kind of like MTV style. So kind of make it like your own little playground. It's a sandbox, man.
Out,
and people welcome that because again, this is like exactly like Singled Out, man.
That's crazy.
Which I'll tell you guys about at another time. But At the end of the day, man, like there's a flavor for everybody. You're not singled out to one type of game or category. Like we got music, we got cooking, you know, we got video games, we got outdoor content. Like the world's your oyster when it comes to like content you can find on Twitch.
But it definitely started off as gaming. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny because Justin TV, a prior company, was kind of like more of a more
Yeah.
broad, broad platform. They had a bunch of different forms of content,
Wow.
but we've since evolved that into gaming. And gaming, we're doing basically everything back to what's adjacent to gaming at this point, and looking at like keeping that centric core because that's what matters to us.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
These growing categories matter too. Just full
yeah.
disclosure.
I followed Pokemon to Twitch.
Yeah, Pokemon is awesome. Shout out to Team Main.
I think, you know, like this pandemic moment in our lives as artists and creators is really pushing us to step out of I feel, I'll speak for myself, you know, I was in a comfort zone. I hate being in comfort zones. I speak a lot about being in comfort zones is like, that's my enemy, is the comfort zone. And, you know, like the grind was in motion. You know, you do this, you do that, you get your Instagram posts up and you go to your club. And now that there is no club to go to, now we're all in a sense scrambling to be like, what's next? How can I keep my craft? I feel for me, myself, how can I keep my craft sharp? That's why I'm trying to stream so much, is like, I don't want to lose my chops. It's like, I'm not a gym dude, but it's probably the same way some guys might be like, how am I going to keep working out? How am I going to keep working out? So it's like keeping that sharp and then evolve my brand and my craft at the same time. And that's what I feel streaming has done. And I'll speak completely honestly. It's like, at first it was like me being on Instagram and the roadblock I feel right now with that is that I feel that it can't grow to be even bigger than just that IG live right there. And maybe I can get some more followers and cool, great. That's all fine. But I want to, as an artist, how can I push myself to make my craft grow? And I feel that Twitch, that's why I was pumped to talk to you earlier today, is like a platform that I can get on and be like, all right, I'm DJing, but what else can I do around this DJing? And you explained a lot of that, you know, whether it's visuals or whether it's interacting with the community, or can you explain, this goes into kind of what I'm talking about, but explain like sub chats. So now I have a community and there's all these people talking, but now I can talk to like maybe another core, like Vice fans or whatever it may be.
For sure. So, you know, I think from a top down, really quick, just talking about revenue streams, one of the options that we have as a revenue stream is called subscriptions. Usually, like on other platforms like YouTube, subscriptions refer to followers. Twitter, Instagram, everywhere else, TikTok, I would use the verbiage of like followers. Subscribers on Twitch are more like members. They're people that contribute to your channel on a monthly basis. They pay either $5, $10, or $25 a month. And with that, you can kind of give out tiered benefits. They get recognition in your channel. They get access to like a little chat badge, which Eric Dlux, you were asking about earlier. And you can upload your own little emojis, your own little stickers that you can kind of make memes of your channel. So with all that, like we give a lot of technical access to be able to build up your community the way you want it to. So if you want to incentivize your subscribers to people that contribute to you monetarily every month, in a way where maybe one day out of the week you're dedicating your stream to them, what you could do is have your channel continue to be streaming to the sort of broad public, but your chat, which is a huge component of interacting with you, be limited to only your subscribers. So that way, you know, the people who are contributing monetarily, like it could be, and you can play on words like a subscriber Sunday, subscriber Saturday, whatever it may be, and have that day be dedicated to them, whether it be them sending in samples and you critiquing it, or you just interacting with them, or maybe you're taking live votes or vibes on like what type of content they want to hear or what they want to see on your stream. So you're able to kind of segment out and recognize individual key contributors from your stream and be able to highlight them in that way, which to me is like really awesome. And it's a really cool way to build up like your intimate community along with your broad community side by side. And there's other things that you can do with your subscribers, like you could have them post links in your channel, whereas non-subscribers won't. Or if you have ads playing in your channel, subscribers won't see ads in your channel. So it's kind of like a cool way to, again, build up more incentives.
Cool.
And we give you all those like technical, I guess, a technical level of access to be able to kind of define what you want that experience to look like.
I would be a subscriber for Miles Medina to help explain to me like how you freak the fuck out of a S9, like how you use it. So, because I don't know anything. I have the S9 in there, and I know how to push like 2 buttons on it. Like so, like that would be like a cool like sub chat type of room where it's like I could go in and understand how you create some of your routines, Miles, because I still have no clue how you come up with that, cool. and how you work those routines and and the mixer and all that too. Or like an E-Rock, like bro, like you've interviewed the biggest artists in the game. Like as it's crazy because I'm a big Tim Ferriss fan, and he interviews like a lot of big different celebrities, not in the music lane. But I listened to a podcast one day of him explaining how he approaches interviews. So that's like even like how you talk the WeChat thing, like how if E-Rock is understanding how you approach going and sitting down or like through Zoom with his French Montana.
Yeah.
There's so many different, kind of my mind's spinning right now in so many different ways than just standing there and being a DJ. Like you can keep growing as a creator on this platform.
I love how people get creative. Like I was watching Four Color Zach earlier today, and like I kind of wanted to subscribe because anyone that subscribed got like emoji shout out thing.
Yeah, explain that. Like, that's hot.
I was like, yo, I want to shout out. So like, and then earlier today, I was watching Z Trip, and like if you follow him, you get a shout out, and it said Eric Dlux just followed it and like a thumbs up, and I was like, that's tight. That's so creative on how he's engaging. They're engaging. I don't know. Like I said, I'm so new. I don't know if that's normal or if that's like a thing they did.
It's a little bit of an added thing that you do. It is an overlay that you add on, and you can do that with Streamlabs. You can do that with Stream Elements, and I think a few other applications out there. But the one thing that you want to highlight is the one thing I want to highlight, excuse me, is Twitch is all about recognition. Like we are a recognition community. We're driven off of acknowledging one another. And that's like a very special aspect of it. And I feel like that's how you build connections with people too, is being able to, Eric Dlux is saying thank you to Anele. To me, no fucking way, bro. Like that guy's a legend. I love that guy. And it's like it means so much to them, just to be able to have like their name called out in one way or another. And obviously you're gonna have your trolls. It might be like Eric likes pizza 1 2 3, and you read it out loud, and it's kind of like a little bit prank thing. But in most cases, people are authentically trying to, follow you and engage with you, and for them to be called out is like very special.
Wait, what does Eric likes pizza in the Twitch community mean?
Oh no, sorry. I was using you as an example, like someone trolling you. Like
I was like, is that a code word? For
no.
It's just like it's like what we deal with, like all you guys. It's like what we deal with in nightclubs. There's a table 53 is like spending all this crazy money, and we shout them out, and they're like, like it's the same world.
Yeah,
like
it's all about making someone feel special
behind a screen. Yeah,
but I could tell they're getting creative. Like Zach's way of shouting out subscribers and followers was different than Zach's. I mean, then
Z-Trips,
exactly. It's your own flavor, bro.
Yes.
You can have it be just an overlay. It could be a little jingle. It could be, a full-on soundbite. You can make it completely custom to whatever you feel is like appropriate for you and your world.
Yeah. So you talked about subscribers. What's other ways of like making money for these DJs listening that?
So one last tidbit that I'll highlight on subscribers before we move on to talking about other revenue streams. One of the things I really love about subscriptions that people don't really think about too much on Twitch is we are part of the Amazon family. And so we have a full-on integration with Amazon Prime. So if any of you guys got Amazon Prime, you connect that to your Twitch account, automatically you have Twitch Prime. In Twitch Prime, you get access to free video games every month, sometimes access to game skins, digital currencies. But the most important thing that I like to highlight, especially to people new to Twitch that are trying to come on board, if your fans come in and this is their first time on Twitch and they have Amazon Prime, you can have them connect their Twitch account and they get a free sub token. So they can subscribe to your channel once a month for free with this free token. And that to me is like so impactful because if y'all got 100 people watching you that weren't watching you before on Twitch and suddenly they're on Twitch and they have Amazon Prime, which everybody and their mama has Amazon Prime now.
Yeah.
So, being able to have something like that where it's got a free added benefit and they can contribute monetarily to you, like, bro.
Yeah.
So impactful.
Can you explain to me the gifting someone a subscription?
for sure. And
Shout
this
out
is
to DJ Scene. He gifted me a subscription to Four Color Zach.
What?
Shout
I
out
don't
to
even know
Brian.
about this stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
You can gift a subscription?
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So diving
Take
in.
a drink to this. Hold on. My mind's still going, bro. There's
Alright.
so
Let me
much.
hold on.
There's,
By the way, hey, on the subject, thank you, Neil, for gifting like 1 million people subs to my channel.
Oh, dude, man, I was just vibing, man. I was having a good time. I was like, hey, I was fucking Oprah that night. You
There's-
get a
yo,
sub, you get a
You
sub,
get
you get a sub.
Wow. Yo, I
I
need
was
you to
making
pop
it
in
rain.
line, bro.
there's levels to this shit, right? There's
Exactly,
levels
there
to
is.
this
We're gonna
shit.
dive into it.
Salud.
Cheers,
y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
All right, let's talk
So,
about the gifting.
yeah, we have our own whale community. And for those of you who don't know, whales are usually used in, I don't know if it's in tech companies or gaming companies or what, but it's usually in reference to big spenders, people that have, deep pockets. They invest into a lot of digital currency in games or in-game items and stuff like that. But in Twitch, there's, again, it's all about recognition, it's all about acknowledgement. Sometimes people like to flex that way. It's like the equivalent of like digitally making it rain, So for them being able to like give subscriptions, you could do it directly to someone specific in a channel. And you can give them any type of subscription. It could be a $5, $10, or $25. And you can give it either to a bunch of people anonymously, or you can do it to direct people at any given time. And our algorithm just like randomly picks people that are active in the channel at that time to gift it anonymously. But like, it's again, like the equivalent of like being able to make it rain. It's an act of kindness. And one thing that I really love about it is, when you become a sub, it's kind of like you're part of like the end club, like you're with everyone else, and you get everyone kind of like recognizes you and celebrates you at that given moment of like, oh shit, this guy subscribed, it's like, let's hype up chat for him, and they'll welcome you in, and you kind of get addicted to that feeling of like being kind of like in with the circle. And you get a little badge, and for every month that you stay subscribed, like that badge can evolve, and that's set completely by you, the creator, you, the streamer, of like what that would look like. Maybe at first it's like a vinyl record, and then from there it evolves to like a needle, and from that to like a turntable. You can like kind of set it to however your flavor, your style is, and that's all just off of recognition. It's all off of just community and collaboration. And I'm kind of digressing a little bit, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is that there is this gifting mechanism, and it's really just to build the community, to foster relationships. And people technically, or from most standpoints, will continue to stay subscribed after the fact, because like, oh, that was cool, someone hooked me up, now I'm going to continue to subscribe on my own because I really enjoyed that experience.
Damn, yeah, that was so. Scene paid $5 for my subscription.
He sure did.
That's
Hey.
That's
Yeah.
a real one.
That guy right there is a good guy.
That's hey, but it's I mean it's cheaper than a lap dance. So you kind of like do a little something,
It
you
is
know what I
cheaper
mean?
than a lap dance.
It
Cheaper than a
lasts
drink.
longer.
It's
It
cheaper
lasts
than a
longer.
It lasts
drink at a
longer.
bar. Dude, it's cheaper than a drink at a bar too.
Cheaper
That's
than
true.
drinking at a bar.
So is there a way? So does this Scene go in and buy like 100 subscriptions, and now he just has them? Or how does that work? Like, where do you?
It's
I don't
real
know,
time.
like,
So
I'm
it's
so new, or like I don't know where to buy anything.
It's all good. So on the desktop, you could buy tokens to sub on mobile. My recommendation is always to do it off of PC, because there is unfortunately a platform fee when you do it on mobile. It's just Apple instituted. It's like mandatory. Every platform does it. But when you do it on mobile, it's $5 and it's real-time transactions. So as soon as you want to give someone, you click the person that you want to do to, you authenticate and authorize with your credit card or your PayPal, and boom, it's sent to them instantly. And it gets notified in Twitch chat as well that you gifted it to them at that given moment. If they're not in the channel, they miss it. They get like a little Facebook-looking notification at the top of their stream or the top of their dashboard that says, "Hey, Eric Dlux gifted you a tier 1 subscription to Miles Medina."
Damn. So what I was kind of browsing around, and then I kind of came across this little section where it said, like, if I listen for 10 minutes, I get a certain amount of coins. If I do this,
yeah.
So what's that?
So we have another revenue stream called bits. Bits are these like little animated gems that quantify different amounts of. It's considered a digital good, but that equates to real currency. So each bit is equivalent to 1 cent. Someone comes into your channel, they can drop. The verbiage of it is called cheering. You're cheering someone.
That's what it is.
Cheering them 10 bits, 100 bits, and when they give you 100 bits, that's equivalent to $1. But again, we try to create new revenue streams. We try to get creative about how we do that. So similar to like the Amazon Prime thing, where you can integrate your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account and get a free sub token. with bits, if you actually go to like add more bits to your cart to like purchase it, there's an option to watch advertisements in exchange, and you can get anywhere from like I think 5 to randomly I think at the highest 1,000 bits, and you can use that any person's channel. And that's just from you watching a commercial. You don't have to pull out your credit card. In most cases, full disclosure, like I've gotten like 25 cents. I've never gotten more than $1. I was fucking excited to get $1 for free from just like watching an ad, but just full disclosure. But yeah, look, it's a cool way to be able to support someone, and you know you can stack them up and accrue up, you know, anywhere to like 50 cents, $1, whatever it may be. So a lot of people will come into a channel and be like, sorry man, I don't have enough money for a sub, but they don't really understand that like it doesn't need to be something monetary for them to support you. They could recommend their other friends to come check out your channel. You know, if they have Amazon Prime or someone they know has Amazon Prime, they can hook you up with that. Watching these ads to get bits so you can cheer in your channel is another way. So we try to make these like really easy, low friction ways for people to be able to support one another, whether it be monetary or non-monetary.
Real quick, how do you connect your Amazon Prime again?
So when you go to the very top, there's a little like crown icon
On Twitch or Amazon?
on Twitch.
Okay.
On Twitch, and it'll ask you to log into your Amazon account.
Okay.
It'll connect it to, and you'll have a free sub token. It'll notify you.
And since you're connected to your Amazon and they have your credit card, is that an easier way to like purchase things?
I think it's relatively soon. Actually, I don't know if we save the same payment information from the Amazon account or not, but once you add it in, you can have it saved to remember, so the future purchases you can do it pretty quickly.
Got it.
Is a subscription always $5?
We have three different tiers.
Okay,
so we have
how does that work?
$5, $10, and $25.
And what's the tier mean? Like I could set whatever I want. Like $25, these people can give me instant requests and I drop them, or what can you do? Anything you want?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of based on what you want to set the tiers to. And each tier higher gets their own exclusive emojis as well. One extra slot, so the $10 gets one, $25 gets the $10 one, and as well as a tier 3, which would be a $25 one. But you can kind of set up. There's third-party API apps that you can use, and programs that will allow you to kind of like recognize people on different levels and kind of do unique things too. Whether it be you want to do like a raffle giveaway or something like that, you can give higher priority to tier 2s and tier 3s, or give them more virtual tokens for like interacting in your channel. So
if I'm subscribed to like Miles Medina or E-Rock, and if I'm a subscriber, correct me if I'm wrong, if they start streaming now, if I go watch them, I don't see an ad, right?
Nope.
In the beginning? That's one of the main things.
Yep, that's a huge selling point. It's like, not only are you still supporting the person that you enjoy watching, but now you're also removing that whole like shitty experience of watching ads. And granted, like ads have gotten a lot better over the years, but still, who the fuck wants to watch ad?
I don't have 30 seconds of my life.
Yeah, for real.
We watch
precious time,
right? So I go to E-Rock's and the ad comes on. I watch the whole thing. E-Rock makes money off that ad.
That's right. So we have pre-rolls, mid-rolls, and post-rolls. The two big ones I would say are pre-rolls and mid-rolls. Pre-roll is basically when you first land on a channel for the first time, a commercial will automatically run, and that's usually anywhere from like a 15 to 30-second video. Some ads are shorter, but it'll just be a quick advertisement that will run on the channel, and then anything that's ran by the streamer themselves is considered a mid-roll, running through the mid of the stream.
I think one thing to highlight on all this, what I'm kind of gathering from all the information I talked with you earlier today, and then again today, me and Anele spent like 3 hours together today.
Oh yeah, we're vibing today.
Yeah, but is that out of any other platform that I think all of us have been on and been through, this feels like something where DJs can actually support each other. Like E-Rock, you brought that up to me. It's like that whole like, yo, let's go raid Miles's page, or E-Rock. That's dope. Like I
love that feature, man.
In our community of the DJ world, like we all truly do support each other. Like we've all gone to each other's gigs and got, we do that. That's the thing we do already. And on the platforms that we're all on right now, like at Instagram Live or if it's a YouTube Live or whatever, we can't do that. We can't go support each other and throw the crowd over. Like, we're going to go here. It's kind of like there's a roadblock that just stops you from that. So I think that one of the big key things to me is always about supporting other DJs like this, and why we're giving away all this information we're getting from you to everyone that's listening to this is that this is a dope platform where that I'm excited about, where we can all kind of got each other's back. You know
For
what I
sure.
mean? Like I'm rocking with Miles, then like Miles, you know, might be like, okay, E-Rock's on now. And E-Rock's like, yo, Vice, get up, get ready. And I'm like, oh, damn, I got to go set up. And he's like, it's like the whole crowd's like, you can pick the crowd up and just put them in your room.
So,
That's dope.
So since we are talking about, since Vice mentioned a lot of people are listening and getting this information, let's be clear, like there's levels to being able to collect money, right? So what are the level? How do you get to that point? Is it a following base? Is it something you have to get approved for?
So there's 3 different tiers in terms of users on Twitch. You have your general user, which could be a broadcaster, could be a user. And then you have the next tier above that, which would be an affiliate. To get into an affiliate, you have to maintain, I don't remember the exact number of followers. I think it's like over 100 followers. And then you need to have 2 to 3, I think 3 to 5 viewers for at least 2 to 3 weeks. At that point, you'll have monetization capabilities. You can have subscriptions running your channel. You can receive cheering. But the feature set is very limited compared to what partners get, which would be the 3rd tier, which is the next level.
But
So
to get to this, if you get to that 2nd tier where you maintain over 100 followers and you get the viewers you said, do you automatically get it, or do you have to apply to that?
you automatically get an invite to it, and you'll just need to fill out like a standard like EULA form to accept, and then you have 2 tax forms you have to fill out. And either whether you're registered to LLC or not, like we work with both all sorts of forms. E and I had to go through a whole debacle, I think, for like an hour once. That was an experience. But anyways, yeah. So you fill out the tax form so we can pay you out, and you're good to go. And I think we have
I
a
think we all have
relatively.
the same business manager too.
So that's the 2nd tier at affiliate level, and then the partner tier, which is like the in terms of stratification, like that's what everyone's climbing for. And for some people, it takes years upon years, and when they hit partner status like that, that's a milestone to be like. It's such a celebrated moment. Everyone just goes fucking crazy.
Yeah, E-Rock.
Yeah, E-Rock. Exactly.
Hold on, cheers to E-Rock.
Hey.
Where's
Cheers
my
to you.
beer? Come on. Give me a sub right now. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Next time you're on, I got you.
And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly how the culture would run, you know? Like people would do that where it's like, oh my God, E just got partnered. You know what? I'm gonna fucking make it rain like 50 subs on this channel just for everyone because I'm just so happy for him.
I rudely interrupted. So what's a partner exactly?
So a partner is a partner is a lot of things on Twitch, but I guess the easiest way to put it, you are like an ambassador to Twitch. You are a recognized ambassador. You are within the top 1% of streamers on the platform. You have full-on monetization capabilities. You have access to a partnership team, which is literally like a dedicated team of people that all they give a fuck about is you succeeding. Like they don't take any commissions. They're not tied to anything other than just your growth and your success and your happiness. Like that's all they give a fuck about. And that's like from like a core root, like that's like the foundation of our founders. Like that's what they cared about. They would go to gamers around every single event and look at people that stream on Ustream or Daily Motion and ask them like, yo, what is it that you're looking for out of a platform that will allow you to not only enjoy but also to be able to support yourself and others around you? Like these features like rating and cheering, like all of that came from the community. Like that was stuff that like people talked about. So as you guys recognize it culturally, like, you know, out and about and in real life, like same thing is happening virtually in the gaming community. Like we're thinking about how can we support one another. So this is Twitch is literally a byproduct of like what gamers needed and what people wanted to do when they're creating content. So, you know, I kind of lost my train of thought in terms of where I was going with this, but partnerships is effectively like you having access to this dedicated team. And from our standpoint, like you don't get that in any other platform. There's people that will help out the top 20 performers on any other platform, but they're not helping out the vast majority of the vast community like the way that we are. And for me personally, like my goal is to make sure that not only you guys, but the entire DJ community has a platform where they could feel like they could express themselves, but also connect with one another and also feel like they have the support, the backing of a platform. That's not just like a faceless company that's owned by, you know, a big corporate giant. It's people that actually give a fuck about what you're doing and want to evolve themselves so that they can adapt to your needs as well. So that I obviously went into a little bit of a tangent, but like that is a huge aspect of like being a partner. You get access to events. If you have like an event like E3 coming, I was talking to Vice about this earlier. Like we help you as a partner get access to exclusive events that aren't normally available to the public, like E3 or PAX, where you can, get a media badge as a content creator. So
Oh,
we try to give you a different level of access to video games, access to our exclusive Twitch parties, which kind of made us what we are now, where we're pretty popular for our parties. I could go on, man, but
That's the goal right
there's
there.
a full-on feature set. You get a cool little purple verification badge as well. So if you want to look at it superficially, like that's a big component for people too.
I have a
these
super
fools with it.
simple.
I was jealous.
I have a simple question.
We'll get you.
I mean, not a simple question, but I have a basic question that I kind of, since I'm very new to the platform,
Yeah.
in the sense of like, is there a way like that Miles could be on rocking as a DJ and he brings me in the feed? Like, can we both share feeds? And like, he's like, yo, Vice, like, what up? Like, where you at? And I'm like,
Yep.
I'm here
So-
at the crib. Like, what's
There's two different ways that we can do it. If you want to do it from a singular channel, there's third-party apps you can effectively use Zoom, drag him into the stream, and he can just kind of vibe with you along the way.
Yeah.
If you guys are both individually streaming on your own channels, you can still do your own dial-in, but another cool, unique way is using squad streaming, which is a partner-exclusive feature. Squad streaming allows you guys to both consecutively live stream on your own channels, and you can basically side-by-side merge your chat communities and allow them to be able to
Wow.
interact with one another. So I think that goes up to four channels at one time.
Wow.
Is there any, since we're DJs, is there any latency? Like if Miles is playing a beat and like he's like Vice rap or scratch over this, like
there unfortunately would be. I mean, there's
Okay.
apps like vMix that you can get it like as like real time as you could, but
Yeah.
on the Twitch side, if you're doing it directly from like a Twitch live feed, there is a little bit of latency. I
Yeah.
would say like we're probably one of the lowest in terms of live platforms out there. I think it could be as low as like a second to a second and a half, but
Okay.
it could go up to about 8-9 seconds depending on your internet connection, your connection to the servers that are nearby you. There's one in LA, by the way, so you're good. And it's just there's a bunch of other factors. Also, when people are watching you, like in real time, how are they watching? Like if Miles is in LA or in the Bay and you're in LA and you guys are both bouncing off each other's servers, like obviously it's probably going to be like a 2 to 4 second delay.
Gotcha.
Probably won't be able to do it, but
Gotcha.
there's
All right.
apps out there you can get it real time.
I wanted to see 5 scratch with Miles like back and forth and they go 1 for 1. Like kind of like horse, like basketball
Yeah,
horse.
yeah.
How like Miles
Dude.
does one and 5 does one. Go
Honestly, look, let's figure it out. Honestly,
right,
it hasn't
cool. That'd be
been
hot.
tried out yet, you know?
Miles versus 5. Miles Medina versus 5 on the cuts. I'm
I
calling
will
it
say-
out right now.
I will say it's
I got 1 token on Miles.
I will say it's like very, very close to real time because like when I was watching E-Rock, like the moment I said something, he shouted me out. Like
Yeah.
it's not like on Instagram it takes like 30 seconds.
For it
An
to
hour.
catch up.
It's
Yeah.
just, you know what I mean? Like it was
Already left
instant.
already.
Yeah, I already left. I'm already like on my text and I got
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chat is certainly real time. You know, as it's coming in, it's being sent. I know for other platforms, sometimes there's a little bit of a latency between the message being sent, even popping up in the chat feed sometimes. But yeah, we're serious about a chat service. We're serious about video. Like we got, I would say the best of the best at the platform on the engineering side, like working to make this shit as real time as possible.
And the community stuff is so dope. Like imagine like someone like Vice gets on and he has tons of viewers and there's like a little fan that he's friends with on there, goes live and he has no viewers. Yeah, no, let's go raid him. It's his birthday or whatever.
Yep,
and next you know, he pops in with 600 people. Like how dope is that?
It's crazy, man.
crazy,
And
yeah.
Hype.
dude, there's like compilations out there. Sorry to cut you off, but there's compilations out there. People just reacting to shit like that. Like it's a random act of kindness. You got someone who's probably got like, you know,
Bro, I would do that all day. I don't have
low-key
a following there yet, but
Wait,
Yeah.
so my son who's 21 upstairs, probably playing video games right now, is graduating virtually from college. So I could throw his like
Congratulations.
graduation. Thank you. I could throw his like graduation on Twitch,
Yep.
DJing, have everybody in there. And if one of his other boys who's like an up and coming DJ is rocking, I could be like, yo, we're all gonna move to this guy's platform and
I love
support
that.
him. And
Bro,
I
no
love that
joke.
feature,
And
man.
that kid's like, what? Like I have 3, 4, 5, 600 people in here with me. Like,
Yeah.
what?
No
Yeah.
joke. I watched a quinceañera last week on Twitch.
Damn.
I was like, yo, this shit's evolved, man.
All
This
right,
is crazy.
I'm making a statement now. My son's name is DJ. DJ, I'm throwing your graduation on Twitch.
Love it.
I love it.
That'll be hot. It's next month. So I'm gonna work towards that. Give me a goal to work towards.
I'll be there to help you, bro.
That's
I'll be
College
there to help you.
graduation on Twitch.
That's so dope.
Any more question, guys? Miles, like, you have any questions?
Man, not at the moment. I know I have a few, but it'll come to me. Actually, going back to the Amazon thing, I know it's kind of basic, but like, you said like if people have Amazon Prime, they get a free sub token.
Yep.
So basically, say like I'm streaming and you guys log on for the first time, like Dlux, he logs on. Do I just let them know, like, yo, by the way, if you have an Amazon, or is there another way they could find out?
Yeah, there's another way they can find out. They get notified on their end if they integrate it. They'll be notified of it when you first make your Twitch account. Excuse me. As you're going through the setup process, we do like a little recommendation call out there too. And it's popping out everywhere throughout the platform. Like you'll see Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime. If you don't see it in any of those other instances, we have another feature on Twitch called extensions. And there is an extension that allows on top of your video player for an Amazon Prime sub token notification come in for people that have their token or that have their Twitch channel already logged in to basically say like, hey, authenticate, and you can see if you have a sub token ready. And if you do, you can use it on that channel. And so it'll actually notify people, and you could have that be kind of subtly on the bottom right corner of your screen.
I heard Four Color Zach was saying it because I think he saw someone subscribe, and it says so and so subscribed via
Twitch
Prime, and then he said, "Oh, I see you," and like he shouted them out, and then he said, "By the way, if you didn't know, if you have Prime," and then he says it, and then he had like this thing going across the screen. But another question is as an Amazon Prime user, how many like subscriptions do I get? Is it just one per person?
One per month. One per month.
Oh, one per month. Got it.
Yeah. So at the end of the month, it resets, and you can use it on any other given channel. Usually, when you link your credit card, it automatically renews. But the Amazon Prime token, it does not auto renew. So consciously, some people like to at the first of the month, they like to be extra ready and just be like, yo, if you haven't used your Prime token yet, now's your opportunity to. I'm live. Shout you out, whatever. And you could do your own little cheesy call. You could be cheesy about it. Some people be cheesy. Some people are, very smooth and keep it very organic in terms of how they shout it out. Other options, we do use chatbots. There's third-party chatbots you can integrate into your chat room. So you can have it do a call to action every hour. Hey, are you an Amazon Prime user? You can connect your Twitch account and basically instruct people in chat to do it as well. So you can get kind of creative about how you want to notify people. There's no, you bringing this back to the other shit I was saying earlier, there's no right way to be able to call it. It's just really about your flavor and what feels organic and authentic to you.
That's amazing, man.
No, I think just one of the maybe not a question, a statement. It's kind of like when all of us saw Serato for the first time, and all of us oh, I don't know if I want to be on that. I'm kind of dope with vinyl. I'm good over here. Man. And to tell you the truth, our comfort zone is Instagram Live. It's easy. Click it on. We DJ. It's gone, and it erases. We're done. But this is Serato was the next progression for all of us to get on, learn how to kind of re-DJ again in a technical, a digital way of our crap. And I think this is what streaming has brought to us in this pandemic of being okay, I've never been on this platform over here of streaming. And we played around with Instagram Live. We played around with maybe a Facebook Live, but Twitch in my eyes is Serato and Ableton mashed up as a DJ, and you have to get on this platform and get to work and really push your craft, but it can benefit you in so many different ways. So that's what excited me about Twitch even before I even met you. So thanks, E, for the introduction. But I mean, this is dope to as a DJ for this many years, about to hit 30 years, to be excited and be oh man, I got to get to work. I want to go re-hook this up and yeah, there's so many, we said, levels to this. It's exciting to have that drive towards a new platform that DJs can get on and grow from.
For sure, man. And we welcome you guys. For me personally, it's an absolute honor to be able to support you guys in a new format. Let me be your guys' Sherpa with understanding the live world. And obviously, I'm learning more about your guys' world as well. But you know, we do have a lot of people that come from the music background, and all we want to do again is just help drive success to the DJ community as a whole.
Dope.
Oh, seriously.
So who's streaming right now? When we get off of this, we got to go raid someone. We got to go
Yeah.
Shit,
check
man. Let's take a quick look.
Hey,
Shoot.
Miles, you ready? You getting on, Miles?
Not till
Yeah.
Sunday, bro. Not till Sunday.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
Zach is on right now. It's fucking crushing it, by the way.
Zach's on.
All right, let's
All
all
right, we'll
go.
pop on his Zach's channel.
So like,
Let's all go.
let's shout out some of the DJs that we do know at Four Colors. Zach's on, outside of like Miles and Four Colors. Zach's on it. Z Trips on it.
Shortcut.
Shortcut.
Franzen's dope.
Yep.
Franzen.
So
I think Serato streams every day with a new guest DJ, I want to say.
So Serato's on it. I didn't even know Serato has a channel.
Matt
Fool's Gold
Decent.
has a channel. Matt Decent.
Decent.
yep. A lot of
Neil,
people.
do you know of any other DJs that are like?
And Zomano.
Oh, Zoe's cool.
And Dumbfounded guy.
Sam's on there. Oh, Nudes is dope too.
Yeah,
Check
so
out Nudes.
Super
Oh,
Sam,
yeah.
Nudes.
Yeah.
We're
Damn,
getting a lot more. We're getting a lot more producers as well. I've been talking to a few producers
Oh, yeah.
out in Atlanta. So
Yo,
you
I
know,
saw Cascade on there earlier today. Going
yeah. We just started with Cascade this week.
barefoot. No.
yeah.
Wait,
man.
he's DJing right now, like at the Grand Canyon on.
Yeah,
a,
that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was earlier.
Is it on Twitch also?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
on Twitch.
That was exclusively on Twitch, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, like over 5,000. When I saw it, it was like over 5,000 viewers at one time.
Yeah, man. He's loving it, and it's been great to work with him and his team.
Wow.
They're all good people, and
Crazy.
yeah, it's only growing, man. We're talking to a whole lot more artists and just all around the music world, and we're just trying to make sure that we can support it to every avenue, man. It's been
Amazing.
crazy, and we
Dope.
hope to continue to build this up. Something that I just want to touch on at the end. You know, people really worry about, you know, this building up to something. They're worried about, okay, well, after the pandemic's over, like what's going to happen? And I think the one thing I always tell people, like, us being able to get back to normalcy or into a way where we're like able to go out again is a good thing for everyone. And I don't think people should be worried about what's going to happen to streaming, what's going to happen to the content that I've been working so hard at. I think if anything, we anticipate to see a softening in terms of viewership and seeing how that's going to impact people. But honestly, this is something that's permanent. And it's going to continue to change not only the music world, but the DJ community especially.
100%.
And like I said, I'm committing myself personally to making sure you guys succeed, as well as the broader community. So for DJs out there, don't feel overwhelmed at all, man. Like, it's a really easy thing to get into. It's kind of like riding a bike for the first time. You have that anxiety, but once you go through it, it's all coasting, baby.
I mean, look at where all of us are at DJs. We're just getting started.
Yeah.
We don't know.
A lot of us here. I was on Vice and E-Rock. I think Miles, I don't know if you have a radio background, but I was on Power 106 in LA for 15 years. Vice been on forever, and Vice. When I asked him 2 weeks ago, because he's streaming every day, and I was like, "How long are you gonna go?" He was like, "Bro, I was on the radio every day. Like, I'm treating this like a radio show." So yesterday I was talking to Five when I was sold off seeing E-Rocks. I said, "Bro, like, aside from we have our own, we have a duo called FAED, Five and Eric Dlux. Now, and we have a radio show on Diplo's Revolution on Sirius XM. I was like, bro, every Wednesday after our show airs at 6 p.m., it's 1 hour. At 7, let's go live on Twitch and be like, yo, we just got off Sirius. Let's keep the party going. And we do an hour every Wednesday night. And that's here forever. It's not a gig. It's a radio show. And we talk and we play music and we do segments where we feature a new producer, a track of the night, and like give young producers shine like that, bro. Like it's here forever. This shit is not going anywhere.
For sure.
I don't even want to go outside.
Yo,
just for a little bit.
Shouts to Melody. He said this to me. I was talking to DJ Melody from the Beach Chunks the other day. He's like, it's crazy. We're back to being bedroom DJs again. And I go, wow, bro, you're so right. Like, we're all, look, everyone's in their crib. Like, but it brought us back to like our day one roots. Like DJs, bro, like are nerds. Like how everyone might look at gamers, like they're nerds. DJs are nerds, bro. We'll sit in our bedrooms for hours trying to figure out all this geeky shit from Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the same way we did it for Serato and Ableton and whatever your platform may be.
Bro,
but I mean, it's back to our roots.
It's safe to say when we all started DJing on vinyl, we had no idea we'd make a living from it.
Yeah.
No idea we'd make $1 from it. So this is showing who loves DJing. The guys that are on DJing streaming for free, that's real DJs. That's who really loves it. The
Yeah.
guys that didn't
For
just start
sure,
DJing
dude.
for a check. Oh man, I could get girls at the club, or that type of DJ. They're out. The
Yeah.
guys that are
Yeah.
DJing for free for their fans and playing with the music they love, that's the real DJs. That's who's here to
100%.
stay, bro. And that's who's
100%.
gonna love this platform, man. When you get on this platform and you are able to, like Miles said, you're able to do you. When Five's able to do, Five was recording soul joints like funk and Motown records on vinyl 15 years ago.
Years ago.
Mhm.
Now I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I'm like this is making me excited
We're going back.
about DJing again.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
going
I
back to
agree.
trading music again. Like, like when was the last time we all traded music, sat down and like traded MP3s? Like we started doing
I
it.
haven't said that in 15 years. I told Five, I said, yo, come trade music.
Yeah. MP3s, those sound like that's some dated shit now because like everything's streaming, but like
It's a
we're still the
foreign
ones
word to me, man.
yeah, we still,
Yeah.
Neil, we're still big on MP3s, bro. MP3s are our
Here's that,
tokens.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
MP3s
man.
are. How about a goodbye shot or like a closing out shot?
Yeah, man.
You want to make the toast, Vice?
I'll kind of go off of what you said to the DJs out there that are in this pandemic, like all of us, but are using it to grow their craft, to basically inspire others at the same time, and to keep the foundation of DJing alive. What a lot of us do, we're keeping this foundation of showing what a true DJ is and keeping it alive. So safety, health, and to us reuniting in the club, drunk soon.
Cheers.
Salud. Cheers.
Cheers, man.